Hi folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out Kingdomino. This is just a brief overview to see if this is something that you might want to pick up yourself. It supports 2 to 4 players, ages 8 and up, and the average play time is about 15 minutes. So what is Kingdomino all about? Well, you're trying to build a 5x5 grid using dominoes that you'll be drafting with other players. Now, game setup will vary based on how many people are playing the game. Here's a look at the box insert. You've got some extra ones in here. In a 2-player game, each player gets 2 of these meeples. In a 3 or 4-player game, each player only gets 1. That's why there's extras here. There's dominoes, and they're numbered on the back here, which is important later. So you're going to shuffle these up and then put them back in their little insert here. This is sort of like the draw pile. You're going to take these, you have to assemble it yourself, these little crown or these little castle pieces along with the starter tiles here. This is considered a wild tile, and this is part of your 5x5 grid. You're also going to take the meeple of that color. Apologies for the traffic in the background. And by the way, here's a look at the manual. I mean, it's not as large as you think it is. The English, I mean, it's in different languages. So the English version is, say, 3 pages long, if that. So it's not all that difficult to learn at all as far as, how to play. But anyway, so once you've got your game set up, and again, your game setup won't look like this. I just had to sort of condense it for the camera shot. But again, each player gets a meeple, a castle of their color, and a starter tile. And again, they're trying to build a 5x5 grid with these dominoes. So at the beginning of the game, what you're going to do is you're going to draw a number of dominoes equal to the number of players, basically, or the number of meeples that are out. Again, in a 2-player game, there's going to be 4 meeples, 2 of each color, so you're going to have 4 anyway. In a 3-player game, you're only going to draw 3. And you're going to put these in numeric order, so 4, 13, 21, 34. You're going to turn them over, and then you're going to do that one more time. 37, 20, 35, and 17. Okay, and you're going to flip these over as well. Now, for the very first turn of the game, you're going to take these meeples and you're going to randomly, shake them up one at a time, pick them out. Okay, now green gets to place one on this first row. Let's say green wants this one. Again, we randomly choose one. Blue decides to go here. We randomly choose one. It's yellow. Yellow decides to go here. Randomly choose one. Pink. Okay, here. So we go from top to bottom. That's how we resolve. And basically, yellow takes the tile, puts it into their kingdom, and then chooses where to put their meeple on the next row. So let's say he decides to put it here, okay, and then he goes ahead and places this in their kingdom. Now, the center piece here is a wild, so you can put anything next to this, no problem. But after that, placement rules state that you have to have at least 1 tile of the same terrain adjacent whenever you're putting these down. So keep that in the back of your mind. Like, this would be valid because these 2 forests here touch, but this would not be valid because, these 2 do not match. All right, and these crowns play a part in endgame scoring. I'll get to that in a little bit. So green resolves. Oops, I put this in the wrong. Yeah, yellow. This belongs to yellow. So yellow should have that over here. And then green resolves this one and decides to go here and take that one. So green would put that here. And then blue resolves this one, decides to take that one in the future. And that was blue, so blue's is up here. We'll just put that here. I'm not really placing these with any sort of strategy. I'm just example purposes here. And he decides to put that here. Okay, so once that's done, that will determine the turn order for the next run. Again, we draw 4 more in numeric order, flip them over, and we basically repeat this process. And again, we're going to be trying to create a 5x5 grid, and it's going to end up something like this. And I'm just going to grab some from the box just to show you what it might look like, after so many rounds, whatever. All right, we might want something like that, and okay. So again, 5x5 grid, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so it can't go any wider than this. We can go 2 more up in this direction. I think you get the gist of it. And basically, this is going to continue until the tiles run out, and that's it. Once the tiles run out, that's where endgame scoring comes in. And basically, you're going to take each terrain that you have, count the number of squares in that territory, and then multiply it by the number of crowns that are on these pieces here. Some of these pieces have 1 crown on them, some have 2, like this one here has 2 crowns on it, for example. So in the instruction book, I don't know if I can show you the example or not here if it comes through clear. But you've got this here. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's 1 crown here and 1 crown here. So 2 times 5 is 10 points for that. There's a green forest here. There's no crown on it. It's just by itself, so 0 times 1 is 0. If it doesn't have any crowns, it doesn't score any points. So it's sort of like Carcassonne that way, where if you need a farmer on a particular territory in order to score points. You've got 2 crowns on this one, so 2 times 4 is 8. I think you get the idea. So play is going to continue. Players are going to be building their 5x5 grid. At the end of the game, they're going to be scoring each territory that they have. There are some variants in the rulebook. Should you want to do that, additional rules. There's Dynasty, the Middle Kingdom, Harmony, the Mighty Duel. These are just additional rules that you can, play with or whatever. So nothing really hard to really learn how to play. And again, in a 2-player game, you're still going to have 4 tiles, but blue and pink. Let's say it's just blue and pink. Blue would have 2 meeples and pink would have 2 meeples, and they would resolve as appropriate and build their kingdom. So yeah, honestly, this is a really cool game. It's a tile drafting, domino placing game / city builder. Really cool. If you guys haven't checked it out already, please do. It's a nice little family-friendly game. I wish it supported more than 4 players, though. That's my only beef with it. But other than that, really cool. So if you guys haven't already, check out my quick review on my website, www.dadsgamingaddiction.com. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to my channel. That way you can keep up to date with any new content I happen to publish. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.